Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Craft Store. It's Monday, and I'm not alone, chappers.
You're not.
You've brought all sorts of people with you, which is wonderful.
They just sort of turned up on the
Just rocking up here. Obviously, Ian, I'll come to you in just a second. Anna-Lou.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Craft Store.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. Now, Anna-Lou, this has been pending for quite some time, hasn't it, Lynda?
It has, yes. Been weeks in the planning and plotting.
The cauldron's been bubbling over time, has it not?
The cauldron has been bubbling, most definitely, yes.
Now, this is a 2-hour special, all things Crafty Witches in conjunction with Pollyanna, of course. And Anna-Lou, of course, we're going to talk about yourself and your work and the conservation and, of course, Pollyanna, but we can actually take some of that artwork home with us today, can't we?
Yes, we've got some gorgeous, exclusive special offers so that we can all share some of Pollyanna's beautiful artwork. So, yeah, we've got lots to look at, lots to chat about.
And, of course, you are shopping direct. So if you want to go for anything from Crafty Witches, that's going to be on the website in just a second. Right now, though, pollyannapickering.co.uk, that's where we go. And, Anna-Lou, I'm going to talk a lot more about it, obviously, but on the website is where we go shopping, but there's so much information about what you do.
There's lots on there. You can find out all about Pollyanna, all about our charitable foundation, and, of course, all our craft store very special exclusive offers.
Indeed, thank you so much. And Ian, actually, it sort of comes together, doesn't it, between Pollyanna's artwork and what you do at the Crafty Witches?
Absolutely. I mean, digital downloads is the way to go, Dan, and you can just see from the pack shop, the artwork is absolutely stunning, as always.
We are in luck, so go, go, go. If you're shopping on the Crafty Witches, Lynda, there's a code we can use.
It is. It's PP Papa Papa 25.
Papa Papa 25.
And that will give you 25% discount off all Pollyanna Pickering products, digital downloads we have on the website, of which there's nearly 50. And this is practically a steal when you put your code in.
We'll go through it all, absolutely. But if you are shopping, of course, you can go for the brand news. But whilst we're on there, have a look back at the previous Pollyannas, right? Because you can still use PP25 on that.
Yeah. Yes, on everything we've done so far with Pollyanna Pickering, because how long have we been working together now, Anna-Lou?
How long is it and how long does it feel?
In reality, we are 11 years, probably coming up towards 12. It feels like
I thought it was
lifetimes.
longer than that.
I think it's going to be about 12.
It's longer.
But yeah, at least that length of time, so it's a long time now, isn't it?
When Becky and I started the Crafty Witches, I persuaded Anna-Lou to come with us, which was, great because I'm just a big fan.
You are.
Absolutely.
Well, we've always had this amazing partnership, and we just trusted Lynda to work so beautifully and sensitively with Pollyanna's artwork. And of course, we know that she genuinely loves it as well.
As all you do at home as well. I know a lot of you are already watching. A lot of people were commenting when we announced it as well, saying love Pollyanna's artwork. So this is your show. This is a hint of the sort of thing where we talk about the history of Pollyanna and Anna-Lou's work in the natural world through taking those brushstrokes into the crafty world. Now, if you are shopping via the Crafty Witches, the code's on the screen, PP25. But mark my word, you're also shopping direct with yourself, Anna-Lou, which is pollyannapickering.co.uk. And there are some special offers just for the craft store.
And
there are.
If you watch the comments, we've got Becky Toil Witch in her house. She will put, as we mention things, she will put the links up to make it easier for you to find things both on Pollyanna Pickering's website and on ours.
Yep, perfect. So say hello to us whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. 2 hours. We're not going to stop in the middle either. We're going all the way through, so stick with us. Anna-Louise, I'll invite you to have a sit down because we're going to come back to you
Thank you so much. I will see you shortly.
Indeed. Sorcerer Ian, you can do whatever you want.
Yes, Ian's been promoted, folks. He's now Ian the Sorcerer for his services to the cauldron.
Not even an exaggeration. When Ian walked in the studio, the lights flickered, didn't they?
They did?
Not even joking. They did. Anyway, we'll leave you to it. Chappers, let's wander this way, shall we? Are we going to the computer or are we going to the boards?
No, let's do the boards first. I thought it was because she hadn't put any money in the meter.
There's always that chance as well. Nevertheless, right, we're going to go through 4 brand new... Ian, stop it. 4 brand new collections for you. This section of the show, you shop, we'll pop it on the screen, thecraftywitches.co.uk, and that's where you put your code in PP25.
Yes, so if you go on the website and just click on the banner with Dan's picture on it, very handsome Dan, his picture on it, it will take you to the craft store page, and then if you click on the box with today's date on it, all the things that we've got on the show are all in the box. But we've got 4 brand new collections for you, never seen before. Each of the collections has got 80 pages, so you've got 320 pages in total.
Okay.
You can buy them individually for $6.99.
Yep.
But what we've done is we've given you a special offer of all 4 for $19.99 instead of $29.97.
So that's already one and a bit for free.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you use that code PP25, you will get all 4 for $14.99.
Basically half price.
Absolutely.
Does it get better than that?
No, that's as good as it gets.
What if I'm a Cauldron member?
No, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, if you're a
You know, I tear up, don't I?
I know.
I do my best.
It's early morning, Dan. I don't usually start to function till about 10:30.
Well, here's the thing. I start well and teeter off.
Do you? No.
You're a slow builder. So by the end of the 2 hours, you'll be all over it and I'll just be collapsed in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, and beware on the A1 because I'll be driving home this afternoon. I'll be just, the broomstick will be off. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm an owl, not a lark. Definitely.
Thank you so much, because you always get here dead early, dead on time.
Do you know, I had the most... I stayed in my old room in the Days Inn at Peterborough Services.
Days Inn doesn't get many good reviews, but here it is.
It was really wonderful, because there's still some of the staff there that were there when I left 3 years ago. I stayed there for 15 years. I had my own room there, and I got to stay in my old room, and it was just...
You loved it, didn't you? Like old faces you saw? Yeah, really lovely.
It was lovely. Yeah, if you're a Coven Club member, you will get these 4 kits for £10 or $9.99 because you'll get your 25% discount off your $19.99 plus your 25% discount for your club membership.
It's worth becoming a Coven Club member, and you can do so on the craftywitches.co.uk. I know we'll talk more about later, there's different categories of witch, but that is the potential to get hold of 4 brand new collections. And here's a little representation of them.
These are the pictures. This is the artwork that we'll use for each of the 4 kits. So we have the giant panda, we've got the meerkat mob, we've got the tiger ambush and the orangutan buffoonery. Now, these are beautiful paintings that Pollyanna did, and I found them. I was sent a load of artwork by the licensing company, and I picked up on the bird study that she did like this, and I thought they were just beautiful. What you've got, I mean, I don't know how close up we can get because the Lord Chris is wonderful. You've got the main animal, then you've got, you know, a group of them. You've got the background of where they live, the area where they live. But then you've got this beautiful handwriting from Pollyanna.
Is it?
Description of the animal and the habitat and everything. And I just think this is wonderful. These are wonderful paintings. I have the original Old English sheepdog done in this style that Pollyanna used to bring to the studios to tease me with for about 2 years before I plucked up courage to ask her how much it was. And then I got mate rates.
Thank goodness, yep.
And I've got a lovely picture of us a photograph of us in the green room at Craft.
You have?
With Pollyanna and myself and the painting when she brought it for me.
By the way, you can get your own prints. There's lots more in the the collection. If you go via pollyannapickering.co.uk and you want to get some limited edition artwork for you to hang, you can absolutely do that because you're shopping directly with Anna-Louise and, of course, the Pollyanna Foundation.
So you've got your Pollyanna Pickering signature.
Okay.
So in each of the collections, this is what you're going to get. You've got 80 pages. You've got toppers. You've got backing papers. You've also got borders. You've got inserts, bags and boxes. When we look at the pack shot again, you'll see my team have just done a wonderful job. They've had a whale of a time creating with these beautiful pieces of artwork, and Becky has done an absolutely fantastic job. Some of the background papers are just that one there with the meerkats. Look at the background paper, the decorative paper on that. It is just absolutely stunning.
Now, looking at these, I know we've only just started the show and lots of messages are already coming in, but looking at that there, for example, of course, you could be an animal lover, 101, animal lover, conservation, that's why I'm ordering. But then there's couples, there's families, there's offspring, there's new homes. So all the birthdays and the congratulations, they're all covered. And if you want to add a sentiment, you provide the sentiments too.
And let's talk about the angel policy.
Go for it, yes, please.
Pollyanna always wanted, and Anna-Louise is the same. She wants to share Pollyanna's wonderful artwork. So you can more or less do what you want with it, apart from print it off and sell the individual papers. So if you make to sell for charity, you make to sell for personal profit, and these are the cards that will raise the money for World Wildlife Fund, Born Free Foundation. You can do that, and as long whatever will go through your printer, you can print onto, and you will see when Dan and Anna-Lou talk, there is the most marvellous cake that has been made by Ian's friend Louise. So if you've got a printer that does edible icing paper, you can print onto that. It's amazing what you can print on.
Well, as you say, like whether it's rice paper, printable fabric, different GSMs, different sizes, like away you go.
It works in conjunction with a PDF viewer, so you can resize within the PDF. You're not allowed to take the images into another piece of software, but you can resize within the PDF is something like Adobe Reader or Foxit. Who can use these digital downloads? More or less anybody these days. I mean, when I first started my digital crafting journey, it was only Macs and PCs, Windows PCs.
That typewriter you used to use.
The way we've configured it, if you've got a Windows PC, you can use the nice interface. Anything else, you go into the autoplay and you just pull up the files. And as long as you can connect your printer to whatever device you're using, you can use these digital downloads.
Marvellous.
So that is the panda. Here we've got this beautiful tiger. He is absolutely stunning. And again, look at these decorative papers. And nothing is standing out to you for the wrong reason. It's all there to mix and match and harmonise, as I say. Here's the meerkat mob. This is the paper that I was talking about. These are just absolutely... Becky has done an astounding
job. And once I've got
those
papers, of course, I could then use them...
If you've got an A3 printer, you can print that at A3 size. If you've got an A3 printer, you can use the image and print it out at A3 and put it in a frame and sell it if you want to.
Beautiful.
This is the orangutan buffoonery, and again, stunning backing papers. Pollyanna and Anna-Lou went to visit an orangutan sanctuary and spend some time. Well jealous.
Well gel.
Well gel. I'd have loved that. So they are your 4 sets of digital designs.
Whilst you're on that page on the overhead, I'm going to just give you a couple of ideas where you can do it. Bring in your dies if you wish to, your mats and layers. If you've got gems and things, Chapman, which I'm sure a lot of people have at home, you can bring these elements in, can't you, if you wish to?
But you know what? This is a great place to start because you don't need much else. You don't need a load of dies. You could start your crafting journey here because you've got everything you need. And we've made it easy for you because you know everything in that design set goes together. You don't have to bring something in from somewhere else.
They are absolutely
beautiful. And most
beautiful.
of these, when you go onto the website, if you use the
code?
The Paper Emporium, of course, use your code PP25. Have we got it on there?
There it is. Flipping over.
Well done, Chris. Yeah, if you use the code, which, by the way, only works on our website. It doesn't work on Anna-Louise because Anna-Lou has done her own special offers. So when you go onto our website, what you need to do is click on this banner, the one with the handsome Dan. You've got shorter hair there.
Well, that does happen.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a shirt. Yeah. But how times have changed.
You've trimmed your beard as well.
No haircut, honestly.
Right, if you want to go looking at other places, you've got your cover membership, as seen on the craft store, Boo Watching You, and everything else. So here's your shopping cart. When you've put in all you want to put in your basket, click on checkout, and this is the page you'll get. So you'll get a list of what you've ordered, and then you're thinking, right, well, where do I put that code? This is where you put your code.
That's my PP25.
PP25 goes in there. On this sheet here, you will see it says redeem code. Have a promo code, redeem your code. So you click on that, and then this will appear. enter your code in there, click on apply, and it would automatically take 25% off your order. And then you've got the Coven Club. So in the Coven Club, we have 3 different levels. We have your taster level for 4 weeks, your classic, which is 6 months, and your first class, which is £40 for 12 months. For each one, you get the same benefits. You just get it for a bit longer.
Yep.
So you get a £5 voucher at the beginning of every month. You'll get a coupon code in your newsletter, and you can pop that £5 voucher in and use it against anything digital. Well, you get it, anything digital.
Okay.
You get 25% discount off anything off our website.
Is that, so I've got PP25 today, so that'd be 25% off, add 25% off discount as well. So basically that's my half price.
Yeah, that is automatically taken off. You sign into your account and you're automatically given your 25% discount. Then you get regular Coven Club emails and you get free exclusive gifts as well.
Lots of these links are being popped in. Becky's putting lots of links on the Facebook page. By the way, lots of people just tuning in. Anita, Marion, Zena.
Hi, Zena.
Zena's back on the craft store very, very soon, saying good morning to everybody. Mary, Elaine, Katie, Sam, Jason Wilkes.
Hi, Jason.
Another Mary, Joanna. Manjula, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Anna, Trish, Sam, Anita, Barbara. So many people tuning in right now, maybe for the first time, maybe not, on Facebook. And I know a lot of you also watch on YouTube to watch on the big screen as well. Okie dokie. Now, chappers, we've still got 4 minutes left of this little section. Should we go PC?
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let Ian do a demo.
Go on then. Are you ready, Ian?
I am, yeah.
Do you want to dose? Which way do you want to go? In there?
Yeah.
Go this way around?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all going very smoothly so far. I can't wait for it to all fall around me. Stay very tuned, by the way, because I'm going to go over to Anna-Louise in just 5 minutes' time to talk an awful lot about the artwork that you're seeing on around the studio as well.
There's lots of planning has gone into this show.
Thank goodness it's you, chappers, because I planned nothing. But I'm following the rules. Anyway, so we've printed off what we want to do, but we've got options, haven't we, Ian?
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to show. I mean, this is like my menu, I suppose, what I'm going to use. So I've printed this one off at 75%. So it shows you that you haven't just got to print it off at the normal rate. And then obviously printing these off with borderless printing, it's like you're buying a paper pack anyway. So
Isn't it just, which never runs out, right?
Absolutely.
Forever.
So what I'm going to use, I'm using the Tiger Ambush to start with. And again, like you've got options, haven't you? So you can mat and layer and do all the things that you want to do. But I thought we'll just go with one mat that's going to take up the 6x6 card. And just give that the whole coverage.
So what GSM do you choose to print these off if I'm doing just pure mats and layers like now?
So mats and layers, I use 160 GSM just because, again, I mean, if you're posting cards and things, I know there's quite an expense, isn't there, now with postage.
Yeah.
So the heavier weight card you use, the heavier your card's going to be in the post. So that's why I always use a 160. And for my inserts, I tend to use a 120 GSM as well.
Okay.
So I give that like a full coverage over. And then I've just got like a piece of the essential paper with some of the Lynda's black card, the Paper Emporium black card.
And that's in stock when you're on the craftywitches.co.uk. Not forgetting all of the classics that you're after from Lynda will be on there. Anything Pollyanna related for this show has that code PP25 that you enter to get a further 25% off. Maybe the 4 brand new ones, of course, but do look back through the previous collections. And then what I'm doing is I've just given this like to break it up, because they always talk working odd numbers, don't they, on creating a base of a card. So I've got my odd numbers like with my backing paper, and then like with one of my essential papers with a little border of the black. And then I've picked some more of the decorative papers and just made a couple of cubes. That's good. They look quite tribal, doesn't it, those papers? And
do you know, I mean, I always say this. When I first get the collections, the first place I look at is the decorative papers. Because I think Becky is, well, it's not just Becky, it's Lynda as well. I know Becky does all the designing, but Lynda sits there and picks the artwork as well with it. And like she'll always say, whatever's in her head, it's a dangerous place. So what she picks and chooses, like, I'm always stunned by as well. So I'm just giving myself a few squares of layers, and then I've got my tiger. So again, I've picked the original one I did. I've got him swimming in the water, but this is the one where he's just ready to pounce, isn't he? Like go for the
eyes there, right? Means business.
Yeah, and just take the.
You know what, stay tuned, by the way, because I've no doubt Anna-Louise will have all sorts of stories and tales about when Anna-Louise and Pollyanna have met these animals, met them in their habitat as well, go travelling all over the world to create this inspiration, to do conservation, and to then have the memories to create this artwork is divine.
I'm just popping a few gems on as well. And this is just, I've picked some black gems just because of the card. It pulls out the card as well. And also the black in the tiger as well. So, and then just a little couple down at the bottom.
Do you tend to be a gemmer, Ian? As in someone putting gems on, not called gemmer?
Oh, he is a gem.
He is a gem,
yeah.
they are.
Lynda says, what's it, prolifery? I love flowers and everything.
Yeah, okay.
I love all the...
You don't need frippery with
that's it.
Pollyannas. You just let the artwork do the talking.
And there you go. Oh, I just put my sentiment on as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've thrown on the other side. And it's just a little... And again, because I've printed it at 75%, there you go, just on his head.
And that could be something in that I'm popping together, batch making, ready to make and sell for profit, for for charities, whatever I wish to do.
Absolutely, and that's what's great about digital down is I can make that 5,000 times, can't I?
And away you go. Look at that time.
Perfection.
So far, so good, Lynda. Ian, thank you so much. I'm going to leave you be for just a second. Right, guys, join me in the middle if you will. I'm going to quickly recap, and I'm going over to Anna-Lou to talk all things Pollyanna Foundation and what Anna-Lou still does here. It's Anna-Lou's first time on the craft, so it is my first time working with her. I'm really excited that Anna-Lou has joined us here. There's so many stories and so much good work that's being done all over the world. If you're an animal lover or know someone that is, goodness me, this is the show for you. What you're seeing in front of you here are 4 brand new collections, the digital downloads, as you saw. Was that 80 sheets per?
80 sheets per collection.
80 sheets per collection. You are seeing the orangutan buffoonery, the giant panda, the meerkat mob, and the one that Ian just used, the tiger ambush. Should be nearly £30. You can just go for one if you want for £6.99, but the fact is, purely by using that code, PP25, you'll get a further 25% off, not just the previous, but the brand new collection, bringing that price down to $14.99. You only get that code. You only get those price points by shopping direct, which is what we encourage you to do at the craft store. That direct is thecraftywitches.co.uk, thecraftywitches.co.uk, and the lovely Becky is popping the links in the comments on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, good morning everyone watching on YouTube as well. Right, I'm wandering over this way, team. I don't move very fast nowadays. Injured myself, didn't I, Anna-Lou?
I know, you're limping in. Oh, manfully limping in.
Manfully. Is there such a thing? Anna-Lou, thank you so much.
It's an absolute pleasure.
So excited that you're here. I've got a lot to ask you about like Pollyanna and, of course, yourself as well. How do you talk about... It's a really big question, this. Like, your life's work, and Pollyanna's, of course, because it's taken you all over the globe.
It has. Well, Pollyanna was, of course, recognised as one of the world's foremost wildlife artists. I am Pollyanna's daughter, but I also worked alongside her in our business for 30 years. Accidentally, but that's a whole other story. We never planned to end up working together. But I think one of the reasons that her artwork was so incredibly loved is that she would only paint animals she'd seen in real life, and also ideally in their natural habitat.
So this tiger we see right now?
Yes, was sketched in India.
Right.
So I was fortunate enough to travel alongside her on pretty much every expedition she did around the world onto all 7 continents. And then subsequently I wrote the books that we're going to be talking about. I did all the photography for her expeditions. And then we set up our charitable foundation, because she always said that being a wildlife artist was the best job in the world. And she very much wanted to give something back to the animals that she, well, effectively made her living from.
Yes.
So we set up our charitable foundation. 25 years that's been going now. It's our anniversary this year.
Is that where the exhibition's coming in? I know we'll talk about that
yes,
later,
we can talk about that later. So we still continue to work and support conservation projects and animal rescue in the UK, all over the world as well.
That's a very good point, actually. Of course, like, there are the wilds of like pandas and all sorts, and big cats and the rest, but you do an awful lot in the UK as well. And there's previous collections with dogs and cats and all sorts of
and our beautiful British wildlife.
Yes, indeed.
All of
now,
that.
You can get your hands on all sorts of artwork. If you go directly, see it on the screen, we'll pop pollyannapickering.co.uk on the screen. That is your website.
It is.
Shopping directly with you and the team, which
is
a first time, really, for like this sort of format.
Absolutely, and it's all very straightforward. I have got some sheets we can look at later, but go to our website, find the craft store page. All of the special offers that we've put together for the show are on that page. On ours, you don't need any codes, just all the offers are as you see them.
Yep.
And there's no additional postage and packing. Free P&P anywhere in the UK, so you've not got to worry that when you come to checkout, you're going to get a sudden horrible shock and huge sort of prices to send it. No, that's all free. The price you see is your final price.
This is one of the 2 books we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be flicking through as we're talking about it, but this is the Giant Panda book, which should be nearly £30, right?
Yes.
That's right, but you're going to get two free bookmarks included. That is a special offer.
A little thank you gift. Should we bring those in?
Perfect, thank you so much. Yeah, purely for being on the craft store today. These are not normally included. You can order them separately if you wish, of course, if you want.
No, you can't.
Can you not?
No, you can't. No, just purely, just for you. Yes.
Thank you so much. I make my presumptions.
I know.
Wonderful news. So 2 of those are going to be in with you as well.
They are.
By the way, if you want it signed by Anna-Louise, that's also could be happening for you as well.
Yes.
But the sort of content in this book, first of all, please.
Well, the book's the one that you're holding at the moment. So we've got the gorgeous panda in the collection that Lynda's showing you. Pollyanna and I were the first 2 Westerners to go into an incredibly remote area of China for at least 80 years, but that was as far back as records went, so probably for a lot longer.
Wow.
So we went to this incredibly remote area in the Tibetan borderlands. So you can imagine the adventures that we had. We ended up working, and you'll get there as you sort of flip through the book, in a little remote panda hospital. And the job that we were given was helping to rear a 6-month-old baby panda bear.
Wow.
I know, can you imagine that? So the books are, in essence, the story of the journey that we made, some of the amazing experiences we had in this incredibly remote part of China, the people we met along the way, and then at the end we've got our wonderful stay in the panda hospital. You can actually, you can start to see here some of the images of Pollyanna. Some very funny stories in there as well, actually, you can imagine.
I've no doubt. How do how do these things even get arranged? Like, gosh.
It's quite the books, I think, are an easy read. They're quite light-hearted. You've got all the stories of our travels. There is information in there, of course, about the wildlife. This is the gorgeous baby panda we were looking after.
Yeah.
But they're an easy, light read. And then at the very end of the book, you've got a portfolio of the paintings that Pollyanna did. We can kind of go, flip that way as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Portfolio, that's the final painting in the book, of course. What else could we end with? A portfolio of the paintings that were inspired by this really unique, a journey that remains unique.
Wow. Does it still remain? Wow, okay.
Well, it does. I mean, you'll see as we go through, there are photographs of Pollyanna with the baby panda bear actually holding her sketch folder.
Oh my God.
And there is no other wildlife artist in the world still who has had that level of contact with a panda bear. We spent days with this little panda.
That is what is so unique and what you're investing in and what you're learning even more about. Now then, that is available for you to purchase right now. The website is on the screen, pollyannapickering.co.uk. The 2 bookmarks are in there for free. Let me quickly grab these. There's no other way of getting those.
They would be worth £5. They're a little free gift to say thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to come back to the book in just a second, talking about getting it signed. But because we're talking giant pandas, we also have prints on the show which we can get hold of. Now, just really for Chris, over Anna-Louise's shoulder.
A couple of panda prints.
Oh yeah, good point. I should have brought them over. You can get
getting
prints.
Ian to run around do my work for me. Thank you so much.
We can get 2 tigers, or we can get two pandas, can't we?
2 pandas. So these are our gorgeous panda prints. Fine art prints, so the reproduction quality is absolutely perfect. You would think you were looking at the original pieces. You've got those lovely, vibrant colours. And these would normally retail at £15 each, but instead of 30 for the 2, special offer £25 for both of them.
Thank you so much.
Just for the viewers of the craft store, the offer's there on the craft store page on our website.
Again, that price has already been reduced, so you go on Pollyanna Pickering pollyannapickering.co.uk, and away you go to get both of those together. Maybe up the wall on the dining room, maybe a study at home, or your craft room, of course. My father-in-law, Jonathan, has a Pollyanna Pickering in his house.
Gorgeous.
He didn't know the connection between us, you guys, and things. He's had one for years and years and years. In the downstairs loo, actually. Which is also where his bath is.
Yes, anyway, you're going to enjoy seeing them.
Yeah, exactly. And then when obviously the connection came up, it's a tale story. But and then obviously at the crafting live events we came to.
Yes.
Jonathan's he's not fazed by anything at all, my father-in-law. But then Pollyanna was there, and she just embraced him like a long lost. And I've never seen that man lost for words. He was like, "I've got your." He was like, "No, there's not many Pollyannas out there."
No,
the name
you don't
anyway.
meet many,
It's just
exactly.
incredible how personal you both are. But nevertheless, so if you want both of those together, you're going to save £5 off only on pollyannapickering.co.uk.
Yes.
Let's pop those together.
Perfect. And when we send them to you, we will send them packaged flat with a lovely sort of cardboard stiffener, as it were.
Okay.
So they're not going to come all rolled up and creased. So when you're ready to frame, they're just ready to go.
Go on in. Pass it in. Thank you so much.
Oh, lovely. We got the other two. Thank you very
we'll talk
much.
about those in just a second.
Oh,
because I know.
I'll put those under
There's a
that.
mile
So
plan,
much.
but there's so much to tell you. Back to the book, by the way, and we're going to talk about the tiger book in just a second. If I'd like this signed by yourself, Anna-Louise,
Yes.
that's something that can happen now.
Well, I did, of course, write the books and my photography, so I will sign everyone that we sell through this promotion.
Mm-hmm.
But for the first time, because you will be buying direct from our website, when you go to checkout, there is a little comments section, notes section. If you would like the book dedicating to someone personally, you can put "please sign to" and the name of your
Jonathan,
choice
for example, if it's my
to
father-in-law,
Jonathan,
yeah.
and I will quite happily dedicate it personally or put a message in if you would like. And we've never offered to do that before through any of the shows or through the website. I can't see why it would go wrong.
Why would it go? Well, there's the line, Anna-Louise. That's the one. I can't see why it would.
See why that would go wrong. If you order a book and it is mistakenly signed to a name that you weren't expecting, just let us know. No, it will work perfectly. So you can have your books personally dedicated. So if you are looking for a special gift for somebody, anniversary, birthday, whatever it might be, we'll do a personal dedication for you.
pollyannapickering.co.uk. Right, that is all things pandas. Now let's talk big cats if we can. I'll swap you over. If you grab the prints.
Look at our prints.
I'm going to put that back there.
Lovely. So these, I think, are just
book as well.
amazing. Oh, are we doing the...
Should we go book first or prints first? I don't mind.
I don't mind it. Well, let's do prints first. We might actually come back to the book in another section because there's so much to talk about with the book. Yes.
So much like the pandas, here we go. There's going to be stories behind these, as you know, but these two together. So same offer, right? Should be 30, as in £15 each.
Yes,
25 for both. Thank you so much.
So exclusive discount.
Wow.
And these, I look at the eyes on this Black Panther. They are just mesmerising.
So, Black Panther, I know they're all rare and you do a lot with endangered species. How did Pollyanna and yourself become in contact with Black Panthers?
Well, these were actually on the same expedition as the jaguars.
Right.
We were in the Pantanal in Brazil. We tend to call them Black Panthers, but in fact he's a black jaguar. And it's just well, I call it melanistic, but a dark-coated version of a regular jaguar. So you can still actually see the pattern of the
you can see that on it,
spots
okay.
on the black coat. So yeah, they were from the South American expedition.
How do you find yourself in these situations? Because, like, obviously, it can all be planned and you work with the right people and the correct people and things. But obviously, you can't plan for everything because you're in a wild environment, right?
And that's why there's so many stories in the book. It was very interesting. Pollyanna would just sort of stroll through to my office and say, you know, oh, I'd like to go and paint giant pandas, or I'd like to go and paint orangutans. And then she'd just wander out again. And I would be sitting there, all right, then, fair enough. Because it is never something that you could just, you know, in those early days, bob down to travel agents or go on a website and just book your trip.
EasyJet aren't doing that.
No. So it would actually take me, the expeditions were usually about a year in the planning.
Okay.
Very often, because Pollyanna did so much work that was commissioned by wildlife charities and organisations all over the world, we were lucky enough to have fabulous contacts who could put us in touch with people who were working out in the field. So very often we did go out with rangers or scientists or relief workers. who could hopefully get us to the right regions to see some of these amazing animals. But yes, like you say, we would also have to learn to be flexible in our planning. Wildlife isn't always where it's supposed to be.
Right, so it's either like, you know, we're leaving at 5 in the morning, but actually we've got to go now, or maybe
yes,
not there at all.
Or yeah, exactly. Well, what you hear a lot on that kind of expedition is, oh, you should have been here last week. There were 8 of them with cubs. You know, as you're looking at this empty, kind of barren savannah.
You promised.
Nothingness.
Well, this is the adventure side of it.
Yeah,
right? This is like so
absolutely.
that's the point of going
And
to where they naturally are.
we were so lucky in what we did see. You know, we had the most amazing sightings, some incredibly close encounters, which again we'll talk about a bit more when we do talk about the tiger book.
I'll come into the book in just a second, but just to give you an idea. So whilst you're on pollyannapickering.co.uk, please have a look around. I was reading about the accomplishments and the sort of companies and foundations that you work with, still work with back in the day. Purely talking about Pollyanna on her own. She was named Artist of the Decade in 2020. Pollyanna was given Outstanding Contribution to Arts and Culture Award. Was that from a New York organisation?
I went to New York. That was a posthumous award, and I went to New York to collect that, to recognise, as you say, the contribution that she'd made to the artistic community. That was a huge honour.
Multiple Lifetime Achievement Awards from various organisations, and Landscape Artist of the Year finalist and awards too. Professional Wildlife Artist of the Year again, 2009, 2006. Department of Trade Industries Women in Business Achievement Award. Expedition Fellowship from Artists from Conservation Foundation. The IFAW Animal Conservation Fundraiser of the Year.
That was presented at the House of Lords. That was quite an event, that one, yeah.
I think everything you do is an event.
Well, it can be.
But Anna-Louise, you too, your work is so impressive, but you're still writing now a lot for like, travel companies and blogs, but also a lot of conservation work too. You're a patron for a number of foundations too, and was this always in you, this sort of like joint love for conservation and wildlife, or was that something that was sort of filtered through Pollyanna's work?
Well, I think I was lucky enough to grow up surrounded by this amazing artwork, and certainly through my kind of teenage years and on a bit, we ran a wildlife rescue and rehabilitation for British wildlife from our home in Derbyshire. So I was surrounded by the birds and animals as well. So I think I just grew up with it kind of ingrained, yes.
Had to be, didn't it? And you still can continue on now.
Yeah.
Divine. So, and actually, very quickly before, because I know I've only got a couple of minutes left. Chris, director, you will see there's a jigsaw behind you as well.
Oh yes, we have.
There's lots more. We've just
that.
got a handful of bits and bobs here with the books, etc., etc. But if we want a jigsaw, we can get a Pollyanna jigsaw, right?
You can. Again, we might do the oh look at this. We've got a jigsaw coming in from the Yes.
I'll get you a craft store polo shirt.
I know.
And we'll be off.
Thank you. I have brought, yes, again, little special offer, our gorgeous tiger jigsaw, 1,000 pieces, apparently quite challenging, but people like that. And again, as a special little thank you, I do actually have one of those there. For ordering that, you will get our free coordinating tiger notepad, usually $3.99, but a little free gift just to say thank you for ordering from the craft store.
You know what, again, if maybe you've just retired, maybe you love a puzzle. A lot of people like obviously jigsaws or Sudokus or anything like that at all. Just to keep yourself busy and focused, really, really fun. It could be for any age. Hey, listen, if it's for the younger ones with half term just gone and then summer holidays coming up, you're going to keep them quiet for quite a long time. And believe me, with a 5-year-old, that's excellent. But then say $13.99 for the tiger jigsaw, and it's a lovely like collage on the front, isn't it?
It is. It's a sort of collage, like you say, of several of Pollyanna's pieces of tiger artwork. So it's a stunning piece. I've got a bit of a bigger picture that I can show you in the next section.
Indeed.
Yeah, but people do love doing the jigsaws.
Now, can I quickly ask you? I know we've got a lot of papers and bits and bobs here.
Yes.
What it looks like when we go to your website then. So pollyannapickering.co.uk. Pass me whatever you need.
Lovely.
On reflection, I could have got you a bigger table. On reflection.
Right, shall I hold this up? Can we do it?
Hold it up, that is perfect.
So when you go to pollyannapickering.co.uk, this is your homepage. Beautiful photograph of Pollyanna with Angel the barn owl. On the menu at the top, I've ringed in red here, that says shop.
Yep.
If you click on that, you will get a drop-down menu and it says the craft store, or you can just click on shop and that will take you to the shop homepage, and then you have again a separate link for the craft store offers there. And when you click on that, either way you get there, you will get to the craft store page. And like I say, you've got all your offers are there ready to go. You don't need any extra codes. There is no additional postage and packing. The price you see is the final price you will pay. And that actually goes for everything on the website. So if you have a look around and find something else, still no additional P&P.
Do you know, is that including abroad as well, do you know? Or?
No, if you want something posting abroad, you actually just have to contact us because it's different depending where you want. So you have to contact us for a shipping price. But if you are ordering in the UK, free P&P to any UK address.
If anyone's going to have an audience worldwide with all your travels and connections and bits and bobs, it's you guys. So wherever you are in the world right now, and they're watching on Facebook.
Can do that, but you just have to get in touch for a shipping quote.
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as here in the UK, free P&P. And as you saw on those boards just there, there's foxes, there's owls, there's dogs, there's cats, there's all big cats, domestic cats, all sorts of creatures, flying, walking, swimming, the lot. So all in one place, pollyannapickering.co.uk. Now, just before I go back over to Chappers and Ian, so 25 years.
Yes.
There's a summer expedition. Normally
exhibition. It is. It's an exhibition. It is. Pollyanna had, and I continue to open, our little private gallery, actually at our home, at her studio in the Derbyshire Dales, just a mile outside the gorgeous town of Matlock. So we will be open from the 21st to the 29th of June. Again, if you go to the website, you'll find all the details of the exhibition on that. So we're open for 9 days. I've curated a very special selection of artwork to commemorate the 25 years that we've actually been running our foundation and supporting projects worldwide. So everybody's welcome, and it's a lovely kind of chilled, relaxed event. And again, I'll talk about our special guest when you come back. We've got a very special guest.
Okay. So I'll be back here about not 1 o'clock, about 11 o'clock. I've added too many ones. Anna-Louise, I'm going to dash over there. But thank you so much. I'm going to put this down. Right, chaps, am I coming to you or am I going to the middle? Righto. Okay. I'm going to very slowly, gingerly walk this way. Anna-Louise, absolutely. Thank you so much. You right, Ian?
I'm all right, yeah.
Yeah? Good man. All right, good stuff. Hello, chappers.
Hello.
Anna-Louise is just the most interesting lady.
Absolutely.
Isn't it incredible?
I used to love sitting in the hub. After we'd done our first show, Pollyanna, Anna-Louise and I would go upstairs in the hub and have our breakfast and just listen to the story. Pollyanna used to bring a portfolio, and I remember she came up. We hadn't been doing the shows very long, but she brought a big portfolio, and she said, "I've brought these to show you." And it was in the same vein as the artwork that we're selling today. We'd done our first product with it. And she said, "You inspired me to do these." So she pulled out these paintings of, I think it was a leopard and something else. She said, "Are these all right for you, Lynda?" And I thought, oh my God, this world-leading wildlife artist asking me if these are all right. And I said, "Oh, get it. Yeah, they'll be absolutely wonderful."
Yeah.
She used to mesmerise people in the green room because I remember the first time Hel Sheridan met Pollyanna, she curtsied to Pollyanna.
Well, fair play.
She thought she was like royalty, but she just used to sit there amongst us all and, tell the stories, and we used to have a great time. And Anna-Louise was carrying on the good work,
Honestly, if I was on an adventure somewhere, Anna-Louise, you're such a calm aura about you. Very calm, very educated.
Anna was like that
Absolutely.
Too,
like if you're in a scraping somewhere wild, I want these two with me.
But she had her moments. I mean, she was mischievous, wasn't she?
Yes.
And she used to flirt outrageously with the young male presenters. She was.
I don't know what she's talking about. Dean Wilson talks about little else.
And if you go on Facebook. No, if you go on YouTube and look up Dean Wilson and Pollyanna Pickering, there's a video there, piece of VT of Pollyanna and Dean on the Strictly Come Crafting event that we did.
Dancing in the studio where
that made it'll be all right on the night. And I guarantee you, even though I have seen it so many times, I still laugh, even though I know what is coming. She was such a good sport. It
was incredible. So you have a look there. But after all, with anything Pollyanna, to learn more about Pollyanna and, of course, the work that Anna-Louise continues to do, pollyannapickering.co.uk, that's where you go shopping. We also go shopping at the craftywitches.co.uk for brand new launches. 4 new collections launching today from Pollyanna.
They are available individually and they're $6.99 each. But they are available as a bundle for what they should be. If you bought them individually, there would be $27.96.
Okay.
If you buy the bundle, it's $19.99. But if you use the special Pollyanna Pickering code, PP Papa 25,
it's on the screen.
Put it in the redeem coupon box. It takes the price down to $14.99. But then, even better, if you're in a Coven Club, and I know we've had some new people join the club since we've come on the craft store, you will get it for half price because you automatically get your 25% members discount on top of that.
I love that, because you could have easily justified it being like, oh, just on this occasion, everyone's getting a discount. But Coven Club members, whatever status you've purchased, you'll always get that discount that you've invested in. That's why you joined. Yeah. Very exciting. The newsletter's there, all sorts going on there. What do you want to show us?
So it's a digital download. So it can be used on Windows PCs. XP is getting a bit dodgy now because XP is quite old.
Okay.
I loved XP.
We're all getting a bit dodgy the older we get, Lynda.
So this is the operating system that I'm talking about now. But you can use it on Windows 10, 11, use it on there was another one in between. I can't remember the name. It's
anyway, it works.
So anything later than Windows XP, you can use it on.
Okay.
Mac users can use it, but also if you can connect a printer, either by a dongle, or wirelessly. I mean, it's amazing now since, 22 years ago when I stood and did the first CD-ROM, I would never have thought of all these things you could use.
Yeah, but you can now,
But you can use it with your iPhones, your iPads, your Android phones, your Chromebooks. Anything, as I say, anything you can connect to a printer, you can use the downloads. As long as you've got enough space. You are allowed to transfer them to an external hard drive if you want to, or keep them on your PC if you prefer that way. But it's so easy. All you do is when you buy from our website, you will get 3 emails. You will get the first email will say thank you for purchasing. Your second email will say thank you for your payment, and your third email will contain the link.
Okay.
All you do is click on that link. It will then download it to wherever you see your download files on your particular device. It comes zipped. We suck the air out of it.
Okay.
I wish I could do that. So we zip it up so that it downloads a bit quicker. So you need to unzip it by extracting it. And then you will see this when you go to your device.
Okay.
So you've got autoplay and then auto run. They are the 2 bits that you're interested in. If you've got Windows, you want to run the CDs. If you remember this analogy, you want to run the digital download.
Okay.
So you use auto run or autorun.exe if it shows you file extension. If you've got any other device, including Macs, Chromebooks, iPhones, etc., you want to play with the files.
Okay.
So you then go into autoplay, click on that, it opens up another list of files, go into docs, which is short for documents, and it will list all the documents. And at either at the very bottom or the very top, there is an index.
Okay.
So you can print that index off, and it has thumbnails of
so you
all
make
the files.
If you want to have a physical something.
Exactly.
But okay.
So because we're using a PC, a Windows, this is Windows 11 on my laptop, we've clicked on Auto Run and we get this. So this is your landing page.
Tiger Ambush.
So Tiger Ambush, there's a picture of Pollyanna. If you click on that, that will take you to Pollyanna's website.
Okay.
And you click on Enter. And then you get, Colin does all this, Well, I have to do something to
keep him out of trouble. Yeah.
Here are your toppers. And all you do is select the one you like the look of, and it sends it to your PDF reader. And then you select print and print. You print at best quality. These images, if we were doing printed paper collections, these are the files we would send to the professional printing company.
Right.
So they are very high resolution. And then you would just print that off.
You said that was PDF?
It's a PDF.
Because I saw a question come up, I think it's from Mary asking, I know it's been answered now from other people, but what form does it come in? PDF?
PDF, it's the simplest format to use, because if you use a JPEG file, you've then got to take it into another piece of software and then it just adds another element to the process.
Okay.
So, you know me, keep it simple, stupid, the KISS principle, and that you can still manipulate the images within a PDF viewer. And Ian is now doing Facebook Lives. Ian the Sorcerer is doing Facebook Lives. And on one of them that he does, he will take you through that and show you.
Now, do I watch that Facebook Live if I follow the Crafty Witches?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got your own stuff as well, your own page and stuff going on. What is that? Can I say what your page is?
Yeah, it's Arthur William Crafts.
Arthur William Crafts.
He's all over the place, you know.
And that cake, by the way, like literally, the man.
Yeah, did you show the cake? You'll have to, in the next bit, you'll have to show the cake.
We'll talk
That's
cake.
his friend Louise.
Okay.
So then go down to next, click on the next page. Here are your decorative papers. Look at those images. And can I say, in all 4 design sets, the decorative papers are different.
Okay, yep, good point.
So you're going to get 40 different decorative papers. Beautiful papers. Then you've got what we call your essential papers, just to act as a buffer between your decorative papers if you want to. And you get positive and negative, because I like positive and negative.
Yep.
And because Lynda likes it, Lynda gets it, you see. So,
Lynda says.
No, it still works on the same principle, Dan.
You know?
Then we've got your solid colours.
Oh, look at, by the way, are they inserts top right, or are they something else?
They are ready-made cards.
Ready-made card, look at those.
Ready-made cards in 3 different sizes.
Okay.
You've got your solid colours to act as your buffer. Then look at this, Dan. That is the artwork that we've used to inspire the whole collection.
Yep.
You could print that off onto an A4 sheet or an A3 sheet if you want to, put it in a frame and sell it on, because we have permission for you to do that. And that would look absolutely stunning. You've then got artwork by Pollyanna Pickering. Pollyanna even gave us permission to use their signature.
Incredible.
But, you know, I thought if we do that, if we made a stamp of that, people might be writing checks out. Then we've got the inserts. We've got all the different sizes, and we've got them full colour with a sentiment, or we've got them faded without a sentiment, so you can stamp your own sentiment in. So we've sized them all ready for you. We've taken the hard work out of it and the guesswork out of it. Then we've got boxes, we've got bags.
Is this one of the boxes, by the way?
This is one of the boxes, yes.
There's a lot for you to look at, Chris, here, but this is from the Meerkat Mob.
Are there any more boxes
inside?
inside?
There is,
yeah. So this'll be Yedda. Yes, it is Yedda. This shows you what they look like resized.
Oh, there is as well. Look at that. There might have been another one in there, but I won't.
So it's a bit like a Russian doll, isn't it?
How sweet, though. Again, for making and selling, for a little Easter egg, for whatever you want to do.
That's what you can do within the confines of the PDF viewer you use.
Beautiful. So lots of cards on here you can spy with the extra bits that you hope are going to be there, like inserts, embellishments, sentiments, but also like 3D structures too.
And then we've got your sentiments, we've got your relatives, we've got alphabet tiles so you can personalise, we've got some extra elements of the flowers, we've got borders, horizontal and vertical, because it does make a difference the way the design goes. And then we've got tags, large tags. We've got this panel here, which you can print several times and decoupage. I mean, I can see 1, 2, 3, at least 4 different layers of that if you wanted to decoupage. All easy cutting out as well, Dan, because it's squares, it's straight lines.
Good point.
And then on the next one, we've got your envelope inserts. So all you do is print your decorative paper or your essentials or your solid colours. Print this on the back, cut it out, and you've got your envelope.
I don't remember envelope liners normally being included back in the day. Here we go. More. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because we can do what we want.
You can.
And then if you go home, you're back to the beginning. So Ian's going to do a demo for you now.
Ian! In he comes. Smooth stuff, isn't it, Lynda?
He's looking very smooth today.
In fact, the cuffs on your shirt is reminiscent of a couple of the wild background papers here.
They are, aren't they? I do like that as well.
Yeah, you do. You look fabulous.
So this demo, Dan, I did a similar demo on Friday night on our own Facebook and YouTube page, and I used the topper that Becky had created, but I did say I was going to do one where I've created that topper myself.
Cool.
Just with oval, so you can either use the topper or use the downloads, and I've used the panda pictures in the oval shapes, and I've just taken a piece out. These I always print off my menu, so of what I've used, so you can see. So I've used some of the sentiments, and then I've used these beautiful backing papers and essential papers. And again, I mean, not all printers print borderless, but mine does, and I'm really thrilled about it, because that, to me, even when it's sitting on my craft desk, that is like I've got a paper pad that I bought.
I was about to say the exact same thing. That's what you used to get when you bought paper pads from Lynda, etc., isn't it? That's what you get, yeah.
So that's what I always love to see that as well. And it's great. Again, I do a lot of construction. So again, I can print these off on my 250 GSM, and I've got pattern paper, and I can have them, because it's printed on, I can have them both sides if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can.
Right, so we're going to use the panda. And again, you don't always have to use loads and loads of layers, because what we want is the artwork to do all the talking, because that's what Pollyanna was great at. I mean, the eyes are the things that jump out at you. So,
aren't they just?
So I'm just using on the back just one of the decorative papers, and again you'll see in the panda pattern itself is a slightly pinky tinge, and that's where Becky's got the colours for the backing papers. That's why they all mix, match and harmonise so well. So you can see just in his face there's a little bit of pink going on. Then what I've done, again, have a bit prepared.
So you keep going. Hey, chappers.
I've got.
Do you want to swap places with me for a second?
Well.
Come do your present a bit. I've got to get in some new batteries, you see.
Oh dear.
Yes, if you come here.
You've worn the batteries.
So we do it over here.
So I'm then just using, which was on earlier, and it's got a faux stitch round one of my dies, and then I'm just taking some of the essential paper, which I've got the die that I've faux stitched as well, and I'm just going to pop that in the middle.
It's great when all the work's done for you, Ian, isn't it? That you don't have to go looking for things that...
I'll warm my hands.
Can only be live, folks.
That's right.
Can't it? And it's not rehearsed either. It's great that you don't have to go fishing round for the correct papers and think, right, does that go with that? So if you're a beginner, it makes things easy for you.
And that's what I mean. This is like what this card, like I suppose, is people that have got the die cutting machines and all of that as well. But like what the one I made, like you saw on Friday night, it was already there in the toppers for me to cut out, wasn't it? And
you could have stayed in, Lynda, to be fair.
Well, actually, what we do, folks, is we set you up to succeed, because there's nothing worse than spending money on things and then you make your first card and you think, oh, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, it's because you've picked something that doesn't go. You've picked something that's blue and it sticks out like a sore thumb, as my mother used to say. So we give you all the things that you need. It's up to you to just put it together.
Now, we're very lucky in the craft world, aren't we, Lynda, with people like yourself and Becky and, of course, Anna-Louise, Ian, who can spy these colours and things. But I've done a lot of shows in my life, and I'm still like, what would I personally, at home, add to that topper?
Yeah.
Or what yellow goes with that, you know? So the fact that you guys have guided us with it with some beautiful backgrounds.
And folks, if you go on our Pinterest page, all of the samples that the girls, my and boys have made, my sample team, I don't call them a DT because it sounds like a dreadful disease. Every card they've made, Kevin the Warlock religiously sits there and puts them all on. There is so much inspiration there. It'll blow your mind, it really will.
We are really very, very lucky. Stay tuned, everybody. There's another whole hour. This is a 2-hour show. This show will also be repeated on Wednesday night, by the way.
Right.
That's happening, so if you maybe missed that or you just tune in on Wednesday thinking, what? Same show, therefore the code will still work, right?
Yes, yeah, it'll work for a week. We're keeping it on till midnight on Sunday.
So that code being, it's on the screen now, PP25 on all things Pollyanna related on thecraftywitches.co.uk. You can get a further 25% off with the code PP25. We're finishing touches now with...
And then I've just picked, you can see on the first card I've made, I've put Celebrate, but on this one, because my favourite is a panda.
Is it?
It is, and I love Anna-Louise stories about the pandas as well. It's amazing, but again, what do? They just relax, don't they?
They do relax.
So that's the card.
Beautiful. So you relax and you celebrate, and away you go. And actually, just to show you how these things can then be, because I know that they're PDFs, but you can change the size of bits and bobs in if we want to.
And that's right. Yeah. So what I've done on these ones is this is when you first go to print it off. This is what you're going to get on this particular PDF. And this is, like I was saying, what I made on Friday night. I just used this one. And again, Becky's already picked the decorative paper. She's picked everything to go with it. But again, I wanted it slightly bigger.
Yep.
So I just snapshot it. Or if I wanted it slightly smaller, then let's go for before I can resize it. So that's 50%. So again, now you can take any of these downloads and make your 4x4 cards right the way up to your 8x8. I've then gone to 75%. So it's again, you're looking at it's around a 5x5, 6x6 topper there.
Yeah, that works best for me. Yep.
100%. 150%. So you
that panda's very much coming at you, isn't it?
And it's getting ready for wall art now, and that is exactly on my A3 printer. I've done fit to page, and that I mean, I said to Lynda earlier, if you layered that up on some like grey board or something, you'd then be getting a nice piece of wall art that to go up as well.
Yeah,
so
really just.
And that would look great on a craft stand, wouldn't it? A craft stall if you're doing a craft.
No, if I did that, if I've made it bigger, as you say, I've then laid it up, maybe put some embellishments or whatever I want to do, I could then sell that, right?
Yes.
So I've used it, I've crafted with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
These all are opportunities for you, and you can only get hold of this artwork at this price. CraftyWitches.co.uk.
Yes.
PP25 is the code, right?
Yes.
That is
absolutely.
Well done, team. We are 15 seconds ahead of time. Entertain yourselves for 15 seconds, team. Right, we love you and leave you, all right?
Thank you.
Okay.
And we're going to join Anna-Louise at the table.
Yes.
Hello, young lady. Rightio. Now, really excited. We've got an awful lot to say about, to show you exactly what we're talking about on this show. Hey, Chris. Come here. Thank you so much. We're
here.
He's got a lot to press. He's got a couple of computers there. One's there. One's all the way over there. Bless his heart. Nevertheless, now I know we're talking a lot about the history of Pollyanna and your own work done.
Yes.
We can actually take this artwork home with us, can't we? And you brought in a selection and given us special prices. Thank you.
Yes. Special exclusive offers. Again, we are going to leave the craft store page offers up for 10 days.
Wonderful.
Having said that, we've only loaded limited amounts of stock for each offer. So probably the sooner you get in there, the better, because some of them are going to vanish as the stock goes.
Yes, that is fair. So there's a fine that we put aside for us, but you've dropped that price by £5 or free elements.
For 10 days, the craft store page will be there for you.
Now, we briefly spoke about the panda earlier on, but can I talk books? Can I talk Tiger Book? Is this a good time?
Yes, absolutely.
Okie dokie. And you saw actually the first demonstration that Ian did via how it's been brought into the craft. By the way, the artwork, thinking back 12 odd years ago when it got brought into the craft world, that must have just blown your mind of like what people can do and create.
It's been absolutely amazing. We came down, Pollyanna was asked to do the first launch of crafting DVD and paper kit that Lynda had done. We thought that was going to be a one-off show. We thought that would be fun, go down. Who knew there was a craft shopping channel? It was all new to us. I thought it was going to be a one-off. And like I say, 12 years later, I'm still here with this amazing archive of artwork. But Pollyanna absolutely loved it. She just loved to see what the crafters did with her artwork, kind of adding their own creativity to what she'd already created. And these amazing projects that people made, and she loved it, and I still do, when people bring the craft things they've made to the exhibitions, to the talks that I give.
Well, I bet, because obviously you were on the adventures and organising it all and still write about them now. So, but you see like these artworks are, maybe I'm being a bit too typical, like a beautiful framed piece of which you can still get hold of. You can still talk about Anna-Louise if you want to personally own pieces like that as well. But then that same artwork then being into a topper. The background's being pulled out from it as well, like her signature being on pieces. It's just breathing even more life into this whole history.
Well, Pollyanna, Lynda mentioned, very much wanted people to share her artwork. She didn't want to be too precious about it. She wanted people to have it in their homes, like you say, your father-in-law had a piece on his wall forever, to enjoy it every day and to share it and to work with it in crafting. It's absolutely fantastic that we're able to continue doing that.
And by the way, if we stay on time, you might be putting your crafty hat on in just a... we'll see
I'm
what
going to
happens.
be allowed to make a card. Stand back.
We will see. Stand back, guys. We will see see through.
Glue everywhere.
Well, why not? Why not? You're in the right place. Can we talk the books then?
Yes.
We'll talk about the panda one. They are both in stock for you. There's much more in the whole collection. This book is written by Anna-Louise Pickering, which is right next to me here. You shop direct at pollyannapickering.co.uk. What's this book about, please? What adventures are we talking about?
This book covers 2 separate journeys into India so that Pollyanna could sketch and paint the tigers from real life in their natural habitats. Now, the first of those journeys, which is the first section of the book, Pollyanna was for many years, and I actually continue in this role, a patron of the Born Free Foundation.
Yes, you are, yes.
And their very first ever wildlife rescue was 5 tigers rescued from actually a roadside circus in this country, hideous conditions.
Right, wow.
Flown out to a beautiful sanctuary in the south of India. So their very first wildlife rescue, and they asked Pollyanna if she'd like to go out and paint these tigers. So we went out to the south of India, to this very remote area. Yes, that's us. So the
There's
first
a small picture.
part,
I'm not letting you see it. Is that what you?
That's Pollyanna and I in front of the Taj Mahal, because while we were there, we'd never been to India before. So we did go and see the Taj.
Beautiful.
Well.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just spied that and thought I recognised those two.
Good. So yeah, the book is basically a sort of journal following our adventures on that expedition, and man alive, we had some adventures. One of which, while we were out on, it was the first expedition that I'd been on with Pollyanna after I joined the business. I had my 21st birthday out in India.
Did you?
I was given for my 21st birthday present a live bear cub. An orphaned sloth bear that had been found on the mountains by some of the workers in the village, the tiny remote village we were staying in. They took it as an omen that this bear cub had been found on my birthday and therefore should be presented to this very strange ghostly apparition that had appeared in their midst, because they knew 21 was a special birthday for us. So they presented me with a live bear cub. Again, you can read the story of everything that sort of happened.
What do you obviously that's incredible. The sentiment behind that.
Yes.
People were like, I will, but I also
and I did have to explain. Obviously, I couldn't really take it home because you can just see me cut you arriving at Heathrow and then saying, "Have you got anything to declare?"
What's in my hand luggage?
My bag's kind of wriggling on the conveyor belt. Yeah, just the bear cub. And then the second part of the book, we went back to India a decade later, actually to the north of the country, into Corbett's National Park, and again had some amazing experiences, one of which we may or may not find the right page for that. We were charged by a wild tiger, so that was one of our closer encounters.
Do you know what page that's on off the top of your head?
I do not, but I'm sure I can find it. I will find it.
Have a flick through, absolutely.
And then again, similar format. At the back of the book, you've got this gorgeous portfolio of Pollyanna's artwork so that you can see what resulted from outright. There we go. So this is Pollyanna's painting of that moment when this came lurching, pouncing out of the bushes, out of the undergrowth towards us.
So where were you again? Were you in the jungle or?
Yes, we were actually in the heart of a Project Ranger reserve, working with the tiger rangers in a highly protected area that you can't actually go into as a tourist.
Yeah. For good reason.
Yes, unarmed, because you're not allowed to take any kind of
protection, or in that sense,
any protection. So you do realise quite quickly you are not the top of the food chain.
No.
When all that's taken away from it. But in fact, this tiger, the reason he'd charged, and the wonderful ranger we were did tell us afterwards, because he didn't speak any English, so we only got the sort of story of why this had happened when we got back to base camp and had our interpreter. And the tiger had actually killed a Sika deer for his dinner, was worried we were getting a bit too close and we're going to steal his deer. Vegetarian, we didn't want the deer.
We're all right. We're okay.
You're fine.
Well, it's kind of a good job, I guess, that you arrived second.
Exactly,
after
and
the
apparently, so he told us this was actually a mock charge to get us to back away from the deer. It was, for a mock charge, it was incredibly convincing.
Very, very realistic. Well done, Mr. Tiger.
Really realistic, yes.
Is it the sort of thing where you what's you meant to do? Like gently back away, hold your ground, run.
We backed. So you don't want to move too quickly because that triggers the chase instinct.
Right. Oh yeah, they're good for that. I forgot.
Don't do that. I know. Because he was just defending his food. The fact that we backed away and left his territory was enough for him to just kind of go back into the bushes and just glare at us.
Yeah, you've been told.
Yeah, but it is, I mean, to see a tiger in that way in the wild is an amazing experience. Once you've survived it, it's amazing.
Well, I guess sort of thing, I guess how Pollyanna's head works. She'd be like, obviously saw that and like eye to eye, and then I bet she was almost like, I don't want to move too much. I need to remember what's happening here. And
she said when she did that painting in the studio, she said it was just seared on her brain. She could imagine it's such an intense moment.
Yeah.
It does stay with you. So yeah, there's lots in the books. We've got the mild peril.
Mild peril,
mild
that's
peril,
what that is.
Quite extreme peril. But also some of, like I say, the funny stories and my gorgeous bear cub, who eventually actually went on to become the very first wildlife rescue that we funded. And then, of course, many years later, we started our foundation. So
indeed, in a way. And
many, many more stories in there.
Don't forget, you've got Panda and you've got the bear. You've got £5 off each book as well, purely for the craft store side of things. Just in this tiger book, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I saw some of the artwork that you've actually brought in, like the sketch, the progression of a painting. Is that from the same trip, or I made that up?
There are, on every single page in the book has got sketches, has got photographs. Every page is illustrated. So wherever you open it, you're going to see some gorgeous tiger artwork or some of the images from our trips. Like I say, stories from the expeditions. So,
isn't it absolutely?
And like I say, I will sign them and I will dedicate them personally.
And we can do that now. When obviously you're shopping, pollyannapickering.co.uk, that's where you're going, and that's the reason that you can get them signed by yourself, because it is your website after all.
Shall I mention that we do have a lovely
please.
QR code? I don't know if we can get close to that, but if you are using obviously a camera or a tablet, you can scan this code straight to our craft store offers page.
Marvellous.
That will get you straight there.
So we're pausing that for a second. If you're watching again, about 9 minutes past 11, you can get to that QR code.
Scan that QR code straight there. I've tested it, it works.
It works too.
It works for me.
Pollyannapickering.co.uk is where you go. And then on there, then, if I'm thinking, you know what, it's my other half's birthday soon. It's her 50th birthday coming up. I'd love a message. Where is it on the website when I do that?
Once you've placed your order and you go to checkout, then there's a little box where you can put notes or comments, which usually people, tell us, put it in the outside loo if there's no one there.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
But in that little comments box, just pop the name that you would like it dedicating to, if you want a special message, and we will make that happen.
There you go.
Or it might say, to whoever, please leave an outside loo if no reply.
If that's what you want. A friend of mine, you can get like dog harnesses, and you can get them printed on the side of the name of the dog.
Oh, right, yeah.
There's a dog that lives next to my parents, which says, the thing says DD on both sides. Because in the box they put DD on both sides, and so they printed DD on the actual word DD on both sides.
I love it.
Yeah, so the dog's now called DD on both sides,
which is
so
cute.
It's like fine, that's how it's going to be. Love it.
I love that.
Now, not only at the discount side of things, is it also the bookmarks that come along with the books too? Thank you.
So with your tiger book, we've got these two gorgeous tiger bookmarks.
Beautiful.
Obviously, Pollyanna's paintings, information on the back as well. £2.50 each, so you're getting a little special free gift worth £5 with your order.
Thank you very much. That's with all things tiger.
With your panda book, you will get two, not pandas, but two sort of associated. We've got a koala and a brown bear to complement your lovely panda book there. So again, £2.50 each. They would normally retail at, so a little £5 thank you gift for buying your book.
Your passports.
Yeah.
You have to renew every however many years and stuff. Did you have to do? I guess you have to renew. It gets pretty full up, right?
Well, you can actually get a slightly larger, thicker passport.
Can you? Why is yours A4?
If you travel a lot, yeah. But yeah, they are full of some fairly obscure visas and stamps and from the kind of bizarre places that we went.
I guess you got so much attention from locals in those regions of because the sort of passport control-y bits and bobs must be really.
As I mentioned, this expedition, going into this very remote part of the Tibetan borderlands in the early 90s, where they literally had never seen Westerners. Not only did Pollyanna and I turn up as the first sort of Westerners they'd ever seen, I'm 5'10". I am the colour of plain yoga. I couldn't be paler if I tried. Blonde hair. So And Pollyanna, obviously very similar genetics, very similar looking. So we turned up in this region where we were a foot taller than all the men. Before we went, the Chinese embassy said, we suggest you dress very simply, just wear, you know, jeans, t-shirts, so that you'll blend in with the locals.
Sure.
We could have gone in floor-length evening dresses, juggling flaming chainsaws for all the blending we were ever going to do.
Yeah.
We would get out of our Jeep we were travelling in and block roads because of people coming to see these apparitions that had turned up in their midst.
And did they sort of like get what you were doing? Like they must really embrace the conservation side of things, or
it was very, yes, and we met some wonderful people. The lovely thing about travelling with Pollyanna, the best icebreaker in the world were her sketch folders, because everybody loved to see what she was doing. And again, when you read the book, the reason that we got the access that we did in the Panda Hospital, because initially, it's a long story, but we were turned away after these days and days of really quite tough travelling. We get to the barrier, to the nature reserve where the Panda Hospital is, and we were turned away on the grounds they'd never had Westerners in before and they weren't going to let them in now.
Therefore, that's it, yeah.
A lot of negotiation. We eventually get in, but it was because of Pollyanna's sketches that we were invited to stay, that we ended up having this incredible contact with the pandas themselves.
If you're watching this at home, on your phone, on your laptop, on your TVs, watching YouTube, you're thinking, I'd love to hear more about that. And then what happened? And with the tiger coming along there. Hello, Donna. Yes. Whichever set you want over there, Donna, whichever one you want, it's up to you. Riverside Beads, 1 o'clock. That's the sort of thing that you write about. You've written these books.
Yeah,
in there.
all the stories. Again, there's cartoons in there, because the main purpose of the books was really to poke fun at me, I think, a lot of the time.
Surely not. Can't imagine. But nevertheless, you can imagine the stories. So not just the images which really attract you and catch your eye first of all. It's the first-hand accounts from you that you were there, explaining all about it, the fun and games, the adventures, the mishaps, etc., everything going there. Special prices, free gifts included, all thanks to Anna-Louise, and of course via pollyannapickering.co.uk. Right, now I'm going to talk about the prints again if we can.
Yes, we
because
can.
also there's lots in there that you shop directly with pollyannapickering.co.uk to get those prices. Here we go.
Our beautiful panda prints. Again, sketches that Pollyanna made in the Panda Sanctuary, so sketched from life. Fine art prints, so fabulous quality, literally just ready to frame, ready to go and hang on your wall.
That looks photographic, still looks photographic.
The quality is absolutely incredible, isn't it? I mean, you can kind of see the background's a little bit more impressionistic, but then when you get to the panda itself, like you say, the detail is so fine and so precise, yeah.
Now, there's many more images in the collection, but for this special special trip, both of these for $25,
yes,
right?
Should be £15 each. We're doing a special craft store exclusive offer. You'll get both prints for $25. And again, when we send them flat, so they're not going to come all rolled and creased. And yes.
I mean, of course you could put them in if you've got your own frame, etc. But I love you frame them up.
Yep, you've got this little sort of printing mount. So again, literally ready to go. Or of course, you can go down to the framer, choose your own mount.
Yeah.
Whatever you prefer.
But having them there, so either side of something, either side of the telly, on your wall, for example, going up the stairs, I think would be absolutely beautiful. Somewhere you'll see it all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Johnson's popped his in the downstairs loo,
Yes.
where his bath is as well. It's a long story, but nevertheless. So that's all things pandas. Then we've also got some big cats too, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's quite an honour. That's where a lot of Oscar winners keep their Oscars, isn't it?
Oh, there you go.
In the downstairs loo. Apparently that's quite a thing.
Maybe that's why he did it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's it, yes. So, yes.
Now, we talked a lot about so that was a black jaguar, if I made that up.
Yes.
Got that right?
No, it is Black Panther.
Black Panther,
the name that we tend to call them, but they're all either black jaguars or black leopards, in fact. And then we've paired it with the gorgeous leopard on the tree branch. This painting was called Indolence, the original. I think you can see why.
How big is a leopard? Like, is it bigger than leopard? About the size of a leopard?
Roughly the size of a leopard.
I'm just thinking, because, like, for example, I've seen in like zoos, tigers and lions, so I get
Leopards are a little bit smaller than a tiger. They are a big cat.
Yep.
But very slightly smaller than a tiger. That's very precise.
A less big cat, a medium cat.
Yes. Siberian tigers are your largest big cat. They're slightly larger than the Bengal tiger. Leopards a little bit smaller and more delicate, but you would still know that you'd met one. I nearly fell over one in the middle of the night once.
Where were you, or where was it? Which was in the wrong place?
In the Himalayas.
Okay.
Way up in the mountains. And Pollyanna and I were sharing a tent. You have to share a tent at those altitudes in case you get breathing problems at night. So we were sharing the world's tiniest tent.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, as you do, decided I needed to go to our ensuite hole in the ground.
Sure.
So I stumble out of the tent in the middle of the night, go down this little track, coming the other way, and neither of us had realised there was a leopard.
Right.
I seriously don't know which of us was more alarmed.
What are you doing here? This is my ensuite.
And we both kind of like stopped, leapt, and then shot off in opposite directions.
Didn't
I
need to
very
wait
nearly
anymore.
stumbled over the thing. It had got no clue there were kind of humans in the area. It was just doing its normal kind of nightly stroll.
Oh, just doing its rounds?
Yeah, just doing its rounds, and I nearly fell over it, which would have surprised both of us, wouldn't it?
Well, I guess it would. These little things, you wake up in the morning, you'll never guess.
The leopard would have come off better, I think.
It would win.
Yeah. Say a smaller big cat, not that small.
Well, yeah, but how did you not see me? Look how tall I am. Anyway, nevertheless, so these two together, they are a pair after all. £25, should be £30 for them both. That is purely because you can shop direct. Therefore, Anna-Louise and her whole team are in complete control over the pricing and, of course, the postage, the P&P in the UK here, which is free. Purely by shopping it direct there. Yeah, the jigsaw.
I'll give you that because when you get your jigsaw, they are 1,000 piece, but we are, of course, getting more and more kind of environmentally conscious. So our publishers, Otter House, who produce all of Pollyanna's products on the guards and the things that you see in your garden centres and high street shops, like the jigsaws, have created them in these space-saving boxes.
Okay.
Because, of course, you would normally buy a jigsaw and most of the box is just fresh air.
Yep.
But you get a space-saving box, which is also better when you're storing it too. Within it, you will get a larger image of the design. So if you want to refer to that, and I know some jigsaw puzzlers like to do it without looking at the design, don't they, as an extra challenge?
Yeah.
But
the hardcore amongst us.
Yeah, if you're like me and you want to kind of know where that bit might go.
Yeah, where might the orange go?
Yeah, your slightly bigger image here as well.
Love that, but it's a proper challenge for you. 1,000 pieces, as you say.
All those gorgeous stripes. Look at that. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Isn't it just? Now, here we go. That is $13.99, but of course,
again,
special offers today.
Thank you, if I can bring that in. You will get your lovely little tiger notepad list pad worth $3.99, a little free thank you gift for buying from our craft store offer page. There
we go, on pollyannapickering.co.uk. That's where you go shopping. It is a 2-hour special. Anna-Lou, thank you so much.
Absolute
pleasure. Thank you so much. Now, I'll join you sitting down, no doubt, in a tick. I'm going to come back to the middle, then I'll be back over to all things Crafty Witches after all. Thank you, Anna-Louise. Cool. This is a 2-hour special. It's a split show, if you like, so all things pollyannapickering.co.uk. I'm going to go to all things Crafty Witches in just a second, but loads coming up today. 1 o'clock, Donna, Riverside Beads, right here on the Craft Store. After then, Rowan-Dean at 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock, Janie's Original. So 5 live hours for you. This show, this double will be repeated Wednesday night as well. But listen, you can watch forever on YouTube if you wish. So, of course, you can watch forever, but please shop ASAP, because things like the special offers are about 10 days long. The Crafty Witches side of things, there's a week, isn't it, Lynda, that's being held? Rightio. So to get hold of everything there for you too. Chapman, can you take us through what the new collections are? And again, this is all tied in beautifully because these collections are inspired by the original artwork over there.
They are very much so, and I love this style that Pollyanna did because you've got the main image, you've got the habitat that the animal lived in, and then you've got some of this beautiful handwriting by Pollyanna, which tells you a little bit about each of the animals. And, you know, her handwriting is
almost like something from like Lord of the Rings or something.
It is,
very
well,
like imagine getting a
and then on most of them, you've actually got her signature as well. But it's just beautiful, beautiful artwork. So these are the 4 pieces of artwork that we've used to create 4 kits. Each kit has 80 sheets.
80 sheets?
80 printable sheets. And each kit is $6.99 individually. So if you bought all 4 kits separately, it would cost you $27.96. But for the craft store, we've put a bundle together, an exclusive bundle for you, which means if you buy all 4 together, as one bundle, you're getting them for $19.99.
Incredible. So basically, £5 a kit.
Yeah. But
here we go.
That's not all. If you then use the code PP Papa 25,
there it is on the screen,
you will get a further 25% off the bundle or off the individual kits or anything in the Pollyanna Pickering section of our website.
Yep, so that is your own, so it's not on the Pollyanna website, that is on your craftywitches.co.uk,
yes.
PP25
yes.
and all things Pollyanna.
We treat, and always have done, we treat Pollyanna as a separate brand to the Crafty Witches, hence why Ian and I are not dressed in black and what have you.
Yep.
We've always treated Pollyanna, and it's 13 years, I think, this year.
13 years, yeah.
That in August that we've been working with Pollyanna and now with Anna-Louise. And I don't think there's any other licensed brand of artwork that has lasted that amount of time.
No, not that I can think of.
And it's still as popular now as it was that first time that Pollyanna came into the studio. And I remember that very well because I had a little panic attack before they came in because they'd never seen anything we'd done. And I said to Dean Wilson, I said, what am I going to do? She doesn't like it. If she comes through those doors and says, oh, no, I'm not having this. Sorry.
Yeah.
And she was back out the door again. But I remember she came in and she just looked, these two Amazonian women, because if I stood in the middle of them, I'm dwarfed. And Pollyanna came in with the trolley with her artwork on. She just went, wow. And I thought, oh, yes, she likes it. And there was an instant connection, wasn't there, Anna-Louise? There was an instant friendship there from the very beginning. And I have a canvas on my office wall of Pollyanna, myself and Maisie, Lexi's predecessor.
Yep.
We went to the exhibition and the only person that Pollyanna wanted to meet, Colin was with me. Oh, I'm pleased to meet you, Colin, but where's Maisie?
Where is she?
And straight away, we had to have her photograph taken. So you will get this kit with the code for $14.99, but it doesn't stop there because if you join the Coven Club, you'll get your extra 25% Coven Club membership. You'll get it for £10.
So if you're already a Coven Club member, of course, and get redeeming, away you go, get purchasing. If you're not, you can join right now if you want. And after all, these being digital downloads, you'll receive these in minutes' time.
And the thing is, folks, don't worry about, oh, well, gosh, what if I lose my download? We keep your orders on the website. We can't keep the individual downloads active because we haven't got enough space on our website. If you, for any reason, lose your download, you delete it, or you can't find it, or it doesn't work, all you have to do is email us at hello@thecraftywitches. We will find your order, and if we can't find your order, if we know you, we will send you a new link. We can revive the link, renew the link for you. And it's really simple. When you order, when you place your order, you will get 3 emails. Confirmation of your order, confirmation of your payment, and the third one has your link. Click on your link, downloads to the folder where you keep your downloads in. Click on the zip file, extract all, and then you're good to go.
Wonderful.
This is what you're going to find in each of the 4 kits, plus more. So you've got your lovely toppers, you've got your backing papers, you've got essential papers. If we've got time, we'll go through one of the collections. Look at these beautiful backing papers. You can see that everything on there mixes together. We make it so easy for you. If you're at the very beginning of your crafting journey, this holds you by the hand and takes you through the process. Look at these fabulous
incredible
backing papers. You know, I have the privilege of working with Becky. Becky and I get on like, we're like mother and daughter. I do think of her as the daughter I never had. And we work together really well. And to me, she is one of the best designers around. I couldn't have a better business partner. She's Toil Witch.
She is. She's partly to blame.
And one day when the kids grow up a little bit, she will come and with me.
We'll drag her down.
Yeah.
By the way, Becky is putting a lot of links in the chat on Facebook.
Hard.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see that. By the way, very quickly on Facebook, Kerry's just joined us, as has Gwen, Suzanne, Viv, Mercia, Jason Wilkes, he's back. Hello, Jace. Again, Rachel, Pamela, Vivian, of course, Becky, loads of people. Zena's saying hello back in, how beautiful the artwork is as well. Lots of you dipping in and out. You can watch at your leisure. You can absolutely tune back in this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, whatever you want to do.
Well, if you don't want to miss anything, just open another web browser.
Yep, good point. Open a window.
You don't have to close ours to order from our website. Keep Facebook going and just open another web browser or another page.
A lot of people watching their smartphone on the big TV, and then you can just sit there and shop as you normally would.
And then we've got the orangutan buffoonery. These are beautiful, absolutely. Then we'll quickly show you.
Yes.
You go to the website. This is the landing page. Click on this banner. There's only 2 banners on there, this one and the Pollyanna one. Click on the banner. It will take, or if you don't, if you go to the Cauldron shop and the drop-down list, this gives you, because we do a multitude of different things.
Actually, I can have a look around at the Magica card, other bits and bobs. Of course, we're looking at Pollyanna today.
We've got the Wicked Wednesdays offers and what have you. When you place your order and you click on the checkout, this is the page you will see. And down here, you will see, have you a promo code or gift card? Redeem your code. Click on that, and then you will see this box opens. Enter your coupon code. So you put in there PP25.
Yep.
Click on apply, and all these figures will then change to have 25% discount taken off them.
PP25, unique to the craftywitches.co.uk.
And then
this is what we're talking about.
The Coven Club. We decided early on that we needed a club for people who, and we have, up to now, we've got 5 lifetime members.
Amazing.
If you spend over a certain amount of money with us, we make you a lifetime member to recognise that. So there are 3 levels. There's the entry level, the taster level. For £10, you get 4 weeks to try and test it out. If you're lucky and if you join, like if you join today...
Today's a good time.
Today's a good time
28th.
because you will still get the coupon code for April to get your £5 discount. But then at the beginning of May, you'll get another £5 discount coupon, so you'll have had your £10 back in freebies.
There you go.
Then
and you're like, there's £10, I'll then get 25% discount.
Yep. Yep. So then you've got your classic, which is 6 months membership for £25, and then you've got your first class, which is £40 for 12 months. Benefits are the same, it's just a difference in the length of time.
Hang on a minute. Now, I don't want you to do that for a living, chappers, because you've got to turn the heating on like the rest of us.
And I am a pensioner.
And you're a pensioner. And wine ain't cheap. If I want to go for a taster level, and I go today, so I'm brand new, I've seen it, and I'm going, great, I want to get all the downloads. I'm all over that. I'm saving even more money, aren't I? Down from basically nearly £30 down to £20.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my code, PP25, $14.99.
Yeah.
I put that in the same one. I know I got £10. I know I'm spending an extra £10 there. Can I then use my £5 against my purchase of this?
You can only put 1 voucher in at a time.
Okay.
So you're better off taking your 20. You've got to weigh up. Is it better to use my £5 voucher or use my 25?
But I've got the option, so I can decide, is it cheaper for that or this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
pretty
then,
good, isn't it?
so you join for 6 months, you get a £5 voucher. So straight away, 6 times 5 is 30.
Yep.
So you're going to get £30 back. 25% discount, which all you do is click sign into your account and your discount's automatically applied. And then you get Coven Club newsletters and free downloads and things. Join for 12 months, £40. You're going to get £60 worth because you're going to get 12 times £5 vouchers.
Yep.
But again, if you renew in the last month, you're going to get your membership for 30 because you can apply your 25% discount to your renewal.
Ah, you can, right.
The same with that and the same with that.
Right. There's a lot of options there, guys, at home, but these are all good news options, aren't they?
They are good
well worth it, well worth it. And again, is this the sort of thing we can only really talk about because we're shopping direct?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I can only sell this on the website. I can't talk about it anywhere else because, you know, it's a members club.
Yeah, I get it. The members to you guys directly. So that's where you're shopping. The Crafty
And
Witches
we have had quite a few of you have joined the club since the last 2 appearances on the craft store. It's really nice. I mean, you know, I can get the stats. We get pie charts and everything, and that's what I like is figures. And we're getting lots of new people. The last time, only over 40% of the visitors to our website that week were new people who would not hear about us necessarily.
Yeah.
if we didn't come on here.
Well, here's the thing, being completely open with you at home here, right? The craft store's not going anywhere. We're going to be here forever. However, say whatever happens, the building falls down and has to stop for a bit. You can still shop directly with pollyannapickering.co.uk, with the Crafty Witches, with Riverside Beads, with Janie, because the whole point that we want you to go direct to support the suppliers directly. Therefore, every single penny of your purchases will then go to you guys, and you can speak directly to you with getting your club discounts, which I didn't realise you did.
Yeah.
Or, you know, however which way you do it.
If this show has been a success, you know, and Anna-Lou and I are happy, we're more than willing to do this again. You know, with new, and it'll always be new things that we bring to the channel that are exclusive to the channel and our website. You won't see them on any other channel because we do something different on that channel.
Indeed, it's well worth following everybody about wherever they go. I'm a huge supporter of all these different platforms, and that's the whole point. They're just different platforms to you guys to access the best possible. And there's no other way in crafting terms. You started all this, Lynda, with the link with Pollyanna, etc. We've got huge thanks to you for making it happen and putting them on the CD-ROMs or the DVD-ROMs back in the day, and now still with the downloads as things change.
I had to fight the buyers to get them to understand this is a DVD. Well, why a DVD-ROM? I said, because it's 5 CD-ROMs worth and it would be so much more expensive. And then they wanted Pollyanna to do a screen test. And I said, do you not realise who this lady is? She's been on BBC and, you know, David Attenborough, and she's friends with this one. She's done commissions for the Queen. And, yeah, OK, then. And I thought, you need to get the red carpet out. So I sent the floor manager out to stand in reception waiting for Pollyanna to roll up in her Merc, you know. And it was just, every time Pollyanna came into the studio, it was an event.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it. Everybody loved having her in the building and going up and touching the you know, the paintings.
No one touched them, Anna-Lou. No one touched them. Frowned on. No one touched them. Don't tell her that, Lynda.
And the first thing they noticed were the eyes.
Yes.
Because the eyes are the windows to the soul. And Pollyanna's, you know, the paintings. I mean, look at this baby orangutan. Just absolutely beautiful. And the thing is as well, she was just as talented at drawing, putting the animals in situ, doing the artwork. I mean, the tiger one, you've actually got an image of him swimming through a pool of water. Yeah,
in fact, that was one of Ian's first demonstrations. We saw it briefly in the book as well.
Ian's just looking for something.
I'll find it. Maybe I'll find it here.
Here we go. Look. You can actually feel the movement of that water.
Yeah.
Just, I'm speechless at her artwork. But you know, if people remember, she drew some stamps for us. She was so thrilled to do these stamps. I took my dad to visit the gallery one time. We went out to lunch. She wasn't bothered about showing me what was going to be in the exhibition. She wanted me to sit with her and look at these stamps. Look what I've done, Lynda. Are these okay?
Look, I've crafted them.
And I thought, and Wendy Rhodes, she was asking Wendy Rhodes' opinion, you know, and expertise. How can I make these better? She was just such a wonderful person.
It's really exciting. I saw on the comments when this show got announced, and on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So many people have been fans for so long and always wait to still like breathing life into like different collections, new collections. There's four new launches on this show from Pollyanna, and thanks to you watching directly with us, of course, and shopping directly with Lynda through the craftywitches.co.uk to get the download side of things. PP25.
Yes.
PP25 is the code to get you a further 25% off. Chappers, you've got 4 minutes of your time.
Right, Ian.
Ian, you're in. Here we go.
Shall I show you, because Ian's going to do a demo with Anna-Lou. Shall we show them another one of the collections?
I'll dose it over and you can get yourself limbered up.
Right.
And get your head in the right place, Anna-Lou, for crafting. Yeah, she's on it. She's on it. It's all good.
This is the orangutan. So as we said before, if you use a Windows-based PC, you need to be in the auto run here with the CD-ROM icon. If you use any other device that you can connect to a printer, you're in autoplay and then in docs, and there's an index there for you to print off. What you do then is you just click on, this is your landing page, click on enter, and there are your toppers. Click on next. There are your backing papers, your decorative papers. Click on next. are your essential papers. Then we've got your solid papers. We've got your ready-made cards, which you can print off, put into packs and sell them on. We've got your freestyle decoupage. Because Pollyanna painted in gouache, there are no solid lines, so it's freestyle decoupage. We've got her signature artwork by, so you can have some provenance. Click on next. You've got your inserts. You've got them faded, you've got them in full colour, you've got them with sentiments printed in, you've got them without, so you can stamp them in. We've already done the different sizes for you to make it easy. You've got gift bags, you've got boxes, you've got your alphabet tiles, your sentiments, your flowers if you want them, borders, positive, portrait and landscape. You've then got your tags, large and small. You've got your panels, and then you've got your envelope inserts, which you print on one side, print your decorative paper, and then you can line the inside of your envelope.
And away I go.
Away you go, and you've got that for all 4 kits.
Only by shopping direct Crafty. I know I say it a lot, but it's so important to say, and it's a very unique way of doing this. And other websites, other companies get direct here and there, and I get it. I work for them for 15 years. It's brilliant. They do a wonderful job.
Yes.
This is just a different way of doing things, going directly to Lynda, the Crafty Witches, and then you can, whilst you're there, Lynda, have a shop around, right?
You can look at what else we do. You know, we do little mini kits, we do bigger collections, we do SVG files. We have the wickedly wonderful paper potions toppers that we do. You know, you name it, we've got it on there.
Now, there's an awful lot going on still to come with this one. I'm going to go to Anna-Louise in just a second, and then I'm going to bring Anna-Louise back over here to demonstrate. But Ian, just before I leave you, how often are you live? Do you get to do live? Is it a regular thing, or is it going to become a regular thing? Or
It's going to become a regular thing.
Yeah?
It's just started. We've just done our first 2 lives that are available on our YouTube page and Facebook, obviously for the 30 days, isn't it?
But work in progress.
Okay.
Afterwards, he gets critiqued.
Oh, bless your heart. You're like, I'll just stay live, thanks. just live forever, then she can't come and get you. You do a wonderful job, though, Ian. I know you're going to get ready, but I'm going to leave you for a second, then we'll come back and we'll do demos all at the same time, right?
Yes.
Is that the plan? Right, Chris, I'm wandering over. Let's start. People just say, just sit down, Chris. Yeah. It's tricky here. We've only got 2 cameras, it's doing well. Hey, we must mention the cake, mustn't we, Anna-Louise? Because there's cake on the front.
Amazing. Are you going to pick it up?
I mean, should I? Do I dare? I'm not sure I dare.
I know. We don't want to damage it. It's actually, I'm stealing it. It's coming home with me.
Yes. Chris, I don't know if you can get a shot of it, the cake right in front. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Look.
Printed on.
Yeah, look at
wonderful.
This. Oh, wow.
Now, Ian
and
his besties had made this, but you just hold it there perfectly, Anna-Lou.
Yeah, this is actually the edible icing. That's amazing, isn't it? The things that you can do with the...
So for cupcakes, for cakes like this, after all, but edible icing, whatever you've got that goes through your printer, right?
Exactly. Well, I mentioned our summer exhibition that's going to celebrate 25 years of our charitable foundation, which is an amazing milestone to reach. So obviously a beautiful collection of Pollyanna's artwork that I've been carefully curating, some pieces in the gallery that have never been seen before, which is special. And of course 2 rooms with all our amazing prints and giftware and cards and you name it, we've probably got it with Pollyanna's images on. But we are having a very special guest.
Yes, you said very special guest.
One of my very good friends is an amazingly talented wildlife sculptor called Casey Nadine Banwell, and she has created a life-size bronze of an orangutan, and he's sitting with his arm out like this, so you can sit with him and have a photo.
No.
Oh. He's going to be at our gallery throughout, but he is so special because it's a sculpture of a real-life orangutan. In Sumatra, he was a wild orangutan that wandered onto a palm oil plantation and was actually shot over 40 times. Believe it or not, he survived. Now, of course, he had life-altering injuries, so he now lives in a beautiful sanctuary, the Orangutan Haven in Sumatra. So Casey created this sculpture of that actual orangutan. The sculpture is now going on tour from her studio down in Buckinghamshire, eventually to end up in the sanctuary in Sumatra, via our exhibition. So we're going to have him on
Wow.
tour for the 9 days, and you can come and have your picture taken with him, and then he moves on and ultimately goes to Sumatra. And fingers crossed, I will be going with him and with Casey to Sumatra to visit the Haven.
Yeah.
And our summer exhibition, the main thing
Wow.
our anniversary exhibition is going to be fundraising for, they had very bad rains in that region last year, and the subsequent mudslides took out a big area, including their quarantine centre, part of their medical centre. So we will hopefully be buying some materials so they can start rebuilding.
When is
That's
the
our
exhibition?
aim. 21st to the 29th of June. We are just outside Matlock in the beautiful Derbyshire Dales. Admission is free. Come bring a picnic, have a picnic in our very eccentric gardens with the orangutan and a lot of other very strange wildlife sculptures that we have.
Isn't that so? You can do exactly
All the
that
details
21st to the
on
29th.
the website. Let me hold up this again. So go to the website when you're looking for your craft store offers, and you can also find all the details of our exhibition as well.
And that website is pollyannapickering.co.uk. That's where you go shopping right now for the, I was about to say for the cake. For the cake!
No, you can't buy the cake.
No, for the books, for the prints. But whilst you are there, there's many more. I know you've put some special price on these items, and thank you so much. But there's much more that you can purchase that way. In the UK, free P&P. The special prices that you have attached to many items is purely thanks to your association now with the craft store. So thank you for that. And of course, via Lynda as well. But you shop direct, pollyannapickering.co.uk. And one very special element of that, of course, with the books is you'll sign and personalise.
I'll sign all of the books, but if you want a personalised dedication, just when you order, pop that name in and I will sign it to whoever you would like.
There we go.
How a birthday message or whatever that might be.
I love that idea. Because like with names and things, but actually, yeah, like a happy 50th or love from a nickname.
And that's unique. We've never done that before. So.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know, it'll be fine.
But yeah, you can do exactly that. So go shopping, pollyannapickering.co.uk. And whilst you're there, have a read about yourself, about Pollyanna, about the awards and the accolades and the lifetime achievements. But also, you're still very, very active, your own writing, own photography, but very active in conservation as well.
Yes, absolutely. So hope for visiting the projects. We are still fundraising, supporting our ongoing projects, supporting lots of new projects like the Orangutan Haven. I'm still out and about giving lots of talks all over the country as well. So all of that going off. So yeah, it's very busy.
You're a busy lady. Well, thank you so much for fitting us in, by the way.
It's been a pleasure.
Very kind. Loads of fun. Right. Is it time for Anna-Lou to get crafting? Chappers, Ian, are we on? Right, Anna-Lou, I will follow you. Walk up that way. I'll go. Wander. We'll both have a wander, and we're going this way. Not forgetting, do keep shopping on. You can see pollyannapickering.co.uk on the website there.
Making an orangutan. Oh,
Ian,
look,
what are we up to?
He's gorgeous.
So we're going to use the orangutan collection, and we hopefully we're going to get there.
With your expert guidance, we will be fine.
Right, so what we've used in it, to start with, Anna-Lou, is we've used one of the beautiful...
Oh, look at that!
And all we've done is just use the glue to give it, just so it's...
Perfect.
Add some...
So,
yeah, it's all open for you, ready to go.
Along the top?
Just along the top, yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I love this. And I mean, is this officially an insert? So I feel like it could easily be at the front of...
Well, it could, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I know. And these orangutans, we did, again, of course, Pollyanna sketched them from life in the wild, and we went down to the very south of Borneo.
Ah.
And then
That's right,
lovely bit of, yes. Very south of Borneo to actually a very remote area, and we travelled on a houseboat along the rivers and the waterways to get to see the wild
I guess that's the only way to travel for many places, right? Like by waterways?
In that area, that was the only way to sort of access we did visit a rescue centre at Camp Leakey, which is an amazing place. It's actually the longest running study of any wild animal anywhere in the world. Camp Leakey, and pretty much everything we know about orangutans is because of the work that they've done there.
Anna-Lou, are you scared of anything?
I shouldn't really admit it, should I?
Cold.
The cold?
The cold, yeah. I don't do well in cold weather.
Staying in one place at once?
Actually, no. I mean, there's things I have a lot of respect for. I love a reptile and a snake, but obviously I'm going to be very respectful of venomous snakes. So, there's that. The only thing that I am genuinely scared of, and like I said, I shouldn't really admit it, Daddy Longlegs freak the hell out of me.
Oh, What?
I know, and they're so tiny.
Who expected that?
I know, I've been charged by a tiger. I have been bitten by a snake. I've been charged by elephants. I'm terrified of Dundee Longlegs. I have to get other people to remove them. Yeah.
Honestly, the places she's been.
I know, included, well, I don't know what's that story, but it's right.
Anyway, carry on. How funny. I love
this
that.
one's going across my Yeah, it's, yes, when I went to Ethiopia with Pollyanna so that she could sketch the Ethiopian wolf, the rarest wolf in the world, the only wolf in Africa. And the place that we stayed with the Ethiopian Wolf Conservation Project was having a kind of Dundee Longlegs plague. They are called bimbis in Ethiopia, which sounds adorable, doesn't it? But actually, yeah, from my point of view, it was like going into my own personal hell. I was like a twitching nightmare for the whole trip. I
love that. Like, imagine it on like I'm a celebrity with all these and you're like,
don't even. Oddly, I'm not really that bothered by other kind of insects. I mean, they might not be my favourite thing, but they don't really, I've kind of found scorpions in my camp bed when we've been in South America, and tarantulas in folds of your towels, which is all very lovely. But I'll just kind of, move those out of the way.
But Dundee Longlegs, that can move in and stay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just have to move out. If they move in, they get the house.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right, gorgeous. So has this already got my, we're talking about this and you're not explaining the fabulousness that
you're doing very well, yeah.
And again, look at the backing papers. They're all mixing, matching and harmonising. Then we've got, what I've done for this one for you, Anna-Louise, I've increased that to 150%.
Oh, look at that. And this is already printed, isn't it? We're just layered onto one, one layer. So that border's already printed on your top of that. That's gorgeous. Right, yeah. Tab's already on for me, thank you. That saves me a lot. Right, but I do now have to get this in the right place first.
We're all watching. Ian, I guess these for ingredients for doing workshops or anything like that, so these are perfect.
Absolutely. And again, everybody can make the same card because you can print it as many times.
Yeah, you're right. Then repeat it and repeat it rather than waiting to
I like the fact my sample card says be happy. Mine says go wild.
Go wild.
Go wild.
And I thought that was quite apt because of all the wild stuff you've done, with all the stories you've shared.
I did a thing. I made a card.
Well, we're nearly there.
Tiny little bow just to pop in.
Is this already sticky, or do I need to?
You just need to pop a little blob of glue.
This is where it goes hideously wrong.
This is the bit. It gets complicated at the end.
That's enough there. You're fine.
Stuck to me, stuck in my hair. Right. Look at that. That's lovely.
There you go.
Crystal on there. That's so pretty. Oh, gorgeous.
Here we go. Absolutely divine. Ian, thank you. Anna-Louise, bravo. You see, everyone coming. And actually, Anna-Louise sort of highlights the fact that you could be the most experienced crafter, and a lot of you are that are watching.
Yes.
If you haven't done yet, or you're crafting with somebody else.
Pretty much a beginner. I have made a few cards on air now, under guidance from Lynda usually, and now from Ian. So I should be getting a little bit more practiced. But yeah, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Really.
Absolutely. Now, listen, team, we're gonna congregate in the middle if we can, Chris. Chapman, if you'll join us as well. Anna-Lou, come along. We'll all join in the middle when everyone's ready, because this is what sort of... Now listen, wherever you are shopping, of course, pollyannapickering.co.uk, craftywitches.co.uk. It's Lynda, to bring you in here. It's a wonderful hybrid. In the description I wrote, it's like it's wildlife art combined with craft.
And this is something, if you're a teacher, you could print these and take them into the classroom, and you could be teaching the kids. I mean, about conservation, about how we've got to look after these animals because they are disappearing. In our generation, we've got to look after them. And what a great way, create something and be teaching at the same time. I mean, I can imagine you, Emily, and Barnes crafting with this artwork, and Barnes having a wonderful time. And it's an absolute privilege to work with such artwork and know that every single one of these animals or birds, when we do the wild birds, has had a heartbeat. And that is, the British wildlife, we know about Whiffy, we know about Fleabag, we know about we know their stories from listening to Pollyanna and Anna-Lou, and it sort of brings them all into our hearts. It's wonderful, it really is. Even to the dogs, we talk about the Westie, your cousin's Westie.
Exactly.
And the golden retriever that came to have his portrait painted and ended up in the duck pond. and came out like a swamp and had to be put under the
There's never a day the same, is there?
No, my work has a lot of variety.
Yeah.
You know, these are magical shows. They really are. And I hope we get the opportunity to do this again. And thank you for allowing us to have the opportunity and for letting us have free rein as to how we do it. It's been fun because I said to Pollyanna, right, to Anna-Louise, right, you pay for half, I'll pay for half. Yeah. We'll do 20-20-20. I'll start. You start the second down. We had it down to a fine art, so we've shared it out between us.
And I think it's worked very well, hasn't it?
It has. Well, listen, it's all about how the team work, and you guys have done it all three of you work beautifully together.
And we have to say a big thank you to Becky at home.
Yes.
Obviously, Bertie's gone to school, or if not, he's been very good.
Yeah, allowed to. And listen, now it's over to you guys after all. So there are two websites on this show. PollyannaPickering.co.uk is on the screen right now. If you want to go for any of these downloads in front of us, that's the Crafty Witches. And please use the code PP, Pollyanna Pickering, PP25, because that will get you 25% off all things Pollyanna.
On the Crafty Witches.
On the craftywitches.co.uk, all things Pollyanna. But we will pop on the screen. What can you say?
No, I was going to say, we do also, for anybody who doesn't want to shop online, you can phone us and place your order.
I forgot to say.
We have a phone number right there.
01733 865 453. Now, I'm not expecting you to remember that, but rewind.
And that isn't a big call centre. That is the girls in the office. So it's office hours, 9 till 5 weekdays. But if you would prefer to speak to somebody, they will take your order, credit card, debit card, leave it safely with them, and we will dispatch that for you. Otherwise, everything on the website. But if you want to speak to a person, like I say, not a huge call centre, so bear with.
Yes.
The lovely girls will help you.
01733 865 453. I appreciate you have to rewind this bit to write that down.
Just if you prefer that option,
yes, and thank you so much for that.
Yes.
But an awful lot of you will be on PollyannaPickering.co.uk. That's where you can remind yourself of the dates for the. I say it's free to get in the X. Do you have to register for the X?
No, just turn up.
Just turn up. How many cakes Ian needs to bake?
Yeah,
okay, fine.
exactly. Yes.
But nevertheless, so Pollyanna, is that what you're working on? Sorry, Anna-Louise, is that what you're working on right now? That's what's currently taking up your time?
It is. We are busy getting ready for that. Just had my last framing meeting because, like I say, we are releasing new pieces of artwork from the archives that haven't been seen before, some of Pollyanna's sketches. So that's all happening. We are getting ready for that. So
very busy. You can go shopping right now in an hour's time with Donna and Riverside Beads. But Chappers, the team are back May?
Yeah, May the 19th.
That's it.
With Sheila.
Yep.
And maybe Zian.
Yep.
And May the 27th, you've got me.
Yeah. And 27th is you and Zena.
It's me and Zena. So,
marvellous.
the girls as mad as a box of frogs. So that makes two of us,
That's why I'm leaving the country. I can't be around it. All three of you, Lynda, Ian, Anna-Louise, thank you all so much for taking the time to put this together. You'll go to such efforts on your own websites. We've only 5 seconds left. Thank you all. We'll be back in an hour's time with Riverside. But this is the time right now to go on the websites and get shopping.